I'm Charlie Borman, adventurer, travel writer, and die-hard biker.
Whoa! Oh yeah!
I'm in Asia to experience its amazing motorcycle culture. So over the next few days, it's just me, my bike, and one tank of petrol discovering the motor-crazy nation of Vietnam.
Help!
I explore Vietnam's sublime countryside on the back of an old Soviet war machine.
Glorious!
Take on Hanoi's traffic with the city's toughest two-wheelers.
Hello!
And I even get to teach a mystery MotoGP champion a trick or two.
Just move with the traffic.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We're here in Hanoi, in the capital of Vietnam, and I'm riding this beautiful Ford M151. Now, we all know the colorful history of Vietnam and the Vietnam War, but we're not here for that. We're here for motorcycles. Now, Vietnam has a lot. The government said that by 2020, they would have 33 million motorcycles on the road. They surpassed that number in 2012. There's already gone over 33 million bikes. I'm on my way to pick up my bike for this show. But this is just wonderful. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at the amount of motorbikes in here. Hey, hiya. Good to see you. Yeah, my God, you got a lot of bikes here.
This is Quang, renowned as Hanoi's master mechanic. The coolest bikers in town go to him when they need something done to their motorcycles.
Okay, here we go. Look at that. Yes. Superb. Oh my gosh.
The Ural M67 is a piece of Cold War history, made in the former USSR. Exported to Vietnam in the 1950s, it is a 650cc motorcycle with a staggering 21-litre petrol tank.
They're incredibly simple in design, but to get them going is a real interest. So what you've got to do is you've got to turn the fuel on, power switch here, choke on this side, turn it on. Okay, ready?
Whoa!
Oh yeah, that is superb.
What's that?
Wow. Oh, look at that bike. A little puff of smoke. That is stunning.
Because the first for the oil in the engine, after 10 seconds, and
It goes away. Okay. Woo, that looks fantastic. Look at that.
The best way to familiarize yourself to a city is to simply get out and about.
My first impressions of this motorcycle are just fantastic. It's really easy. You just put it into fourth gear and it's got so much low down torque that you can just cruise along, and it's perfect for this kind of traffic.
Hanoi is known for its intimidating traffic. There was an astounding 4 million motorcycles in this city alone. And quite honestly, it feels as if they have all descended on the streets at the same time.
Surrounded by motorcycles. Help! Ah!
If the sheer numbers of motorcycles doesn't shock you, just check out what they pile onto the back of their bikes.
Oh, me. Died.
But what seems like absolute chaos actually possesses a sort of system. The Vietnamese have developed a unique rhythm to the way they flow and stop with the crazy traffic. And they use their bike horns a lot. It may sound aggressive to do that, but over here you beep your horn as a simple reminder to the other riders that you're there. Most Vietnamese use their bikes for work or transport, but for some locals, bikes can mean a lot more than that. I head to the classic motor cafe where bike lovers gather to meet two local bikers with a real passion for turning bikes into works of art.
There's so many bikes everywhere.
You may be Charlie Borman,
Hey,
Rick.
how are you?
Yeah,
Good
waiting
to
for
see
so
you.
long.
He's Nam and she's Linh Dung. They're part of a hip, young generation of Vietnamese who want to make a statement with the bikes they ride.
I'd love to go and have a look at your motorcycles and see what you're riding. That would be fantastic. Let's go, let's have a look at the bikes.
Okay, mate. See the one over there.
What, this one? Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. That looks incredible.
A little gangster.
A little gangster. I love that it's originally pink. Yeah. What's your inspiration for this bike?
The inspiration is the scar of war.
Yeah,
Nobody is a victory or failure.
yeah.
So we just leave the scar and the pain for the other people.
Wow, it is beautiful. Can you call this a helmet? This is just a beautiful.
It's just a
What is that?
decoration,
Well,
man.
it's just a decoration. You know, is that going to do anything?
It's a fake.
And this is your one, the little 50.
It makes me feel stronger.
Yeah.
Yes, and freedom.
Freedom to go in your own destiny. I think the best thing that we need to do is get out there on the bikes.
Yeah.
And you can take me around town. Yeah?
Just do that,
I'm
man.
trusting you to give me a fantastic lunch. Okay? No pressure.
Oh, my pleasure.
On our way to lunch, I see relics from Hanoi's rich history all over the city.
Make a turn.
Hanoi was actually a Chinese colony for 1,000 years. Then colonial France made it the capital of French Indochina in the 19th century.
This is an old street.
Oh, from the old buildings, yeah.
A lot of French died.
And Hanoi is not just rich in history, it's also the birthplace of one of Vietnam's most iconic dishes.
We're going up to eat some food.
Pho.
Food.
Yeah, it's called
Hungry.
pho.
Pho.
Yeah.
This is the place, apparently.
Bat Tan Street is where the locals go for a noodle dish called pho. They've been making it here using a secret recipe that has been passed down through generation to generation.
You look at this shop, it's very crown and famous because the first shop that making pho with the rye noodle 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Pho is a fusion of Asian and French influence, with Asian-style rice noodles cooked in a soup that's similar to the French broth called bouillon.
Right, here we go. So we've got these are little limes. That goes on here, does it?
No problem.
Gosh, this is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for taking me around town and showing me your bikes. It's been great fun.
Chúc sức khỏe.
Chúc sức khỏe.
Now that I've been expertly initiated into the charms and rules of the roads in Hanoi, it is back on my bike and one tank of petrol to see what else the city has to offer.
Woo! All right.
Day 2 in Hanoi, Vietnam. I still cannot believe I have scored the vintage Ural M67. With its monster 21-litre tank, I don't think I'll have any problems running out of petrol on this one. My next stop is the garage of my mechanic friend Quang. He's working on the bikes of an old buddy of mine called Digby. They're planning an epic bike journey down south, and I'm going to help.
Wow. Hey,
Been a while?
it has.
Digby is a long-term resident here in Hanoi and an absolute authority on motorcycles from the former Soviet Union. His company runs a fleet of over 80 of them and organizes some of the most popular bike tours in Vietnam.
You've got to give me a hand because
Okay.
we're getting ready. We've got a big rally tomorrow. We've got a charity rally we're organizing. We're going to have 22 of these Urals. We're going to be riding from here down to Hoi An. We just got to go around the bikes and just check the things out. Russian bikes have this tendency to be very tough, but they just like to be tightened up.
They rattle a lot, don't they?
But you see, the reason why they're so interesting is this one's got a sidecar, right?
Yeah.
Which is the way they're designed to be. You know, you stick a couple of Russian soldiers, the crate of vodka and a machine gun, and off you go. Yeah, but listen, when you take all of that off, then suddenly it's like the racehorses let out of the starting gates. But because the gears are geared up for carrying all this extra weight, you suddenly have got this extremely powerful bike, which can only go 70 kilometers an hour. So it's got all the 4 gears between 0 and 70. So that's why it's so special. All the bikes back home, they've got the gears spread out.
Yeah.
Whereas here, the roads are dangerous, the roads are windy, the roads are beautiful. You don't need to go fast, but it's nice to have a little bit of...
It's got that nice torque.
To get these bikes in tip-top condition isn't easy. But it's crucial if the bikers are going to successfully complete their epic 8-day journey. And the best thing about this endurance ride is that it is also raising funds for a charity called the Blue Dragon Children's Foundation.
To sign up for the rally, you have to donate $2,000 to the charity.
Oh, right, so
we don't even see it. It just goes straight there and off you go. There's a bit of a problem here where people come in and tell villagers, hey, we're going to take your kid down to the big city and take care of them. But at the end of the day, they end up in Saigon in a sweatshop. So this Blue Dragon's been here for years. They'll actually go into the villages. They've got to educate the mums and dads that these people who come in and give all the promises are not the real deal.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about these adventure holiday stuff now, isn't it? People want to do a little bit more than just sit on the beach. They want to have an adventure, but they want it to mean something as well.
Of course.
By doing something like this, where you're having an adventure, you're seeing where your money's going and the good that it does, and then by the end of it, you end up somewhere and you have a fantastic trip.
And it's much easier to get permission from the wife as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking to Digby has made me really curious about the Blue Dragon Foundation. So I decided to head over there myself to find out more about the children's charity.
I'm going to meet a guy called Michael here.
Charlie Bowman.
Good to see you.
Michael has been running the foundation for 10 years. One of his key goals is to teach life skills to the kids who are in trouble and help them get back on their feet.
We've got a real problem in this country of child trafficking. So what Blue Dragon does, our role is to give a positive alternative to that.
Right.
And that's through our centre here, through rescuing kids who have been trafficked, bringing them home, and then offering school, university and vocational training. Well look, why don't you come around and have a look at the rest of our place, see what we're doing here.
Love to.
All right.
I'd love to do that.
Let's go for a wander.
I meet some of the street kids who have come through the Blue Dragon and are now working for the foundation.
So this is for me. What are the kids going to have?
Yeah, you might have to share, Charlie.
Share.
It is great credit to Michael and the foundation that they have managed to get the kids to explore their potential in a variety of ways. Of the different skills the kids pick up here, there was one I dare say is a definite necessity here in Vietnam.
Oh, look, motorcycles.
Absolutely.
Mechanicry.
One of-
Mechanicry? Is that a word?
So we've been trying to train up our kids to be the best mechanics in the city. And this is one of the young guys who's gone and done it. This is Zuong.
Zhuang, hi. Good to see you.
Zhuang is teaching the kids the basics of bike maintenance.
I think I'm going to sit here and see if I can pick up any tips because I'm not the best person at motorcycle maintenance. Basically, he's teaching them, just saying, look, you've got to make sure that the battery's in good condition, the spark plugs are right, just so that the bike has the longest sort of life possible.
Well, how was that, Charlie? What do you think?
Oh, gosh, I think I'm just been blown away by the whole day, and I think what you guys are doing is incredible. Bye, see you later.
From the Blue Dragon, I'm back on my bike and off to join Digby and his crew who are about to set off on their 8-day long bike rally.
Oh, look at the chickens. I'd buy one.
The journey will take them from Hanoi to the historic city of Hoi An, but I will only be traveling with them to their first pit stop in Manduk.
Vietnamese conditions is different from driving back home. You've got to go slow.
Digby, hello.
Oh, hello, Charlie. You
Hi,
again.
guys. Good to see you.
Listen, we just got a safety briefing.
Okay,
So look,
all right.
So the most important thing is you got to go slow. Let's say this is the road here, and we're going to take that right. I will get to that corner. I will turn my bike and face it into the corner. I will wait till the next person comes along. I will wave at them. That basically means, hi, could you please come here, and then wave everyone else through. Any questions?
The road conditions, is it mostly tar that
Yeah, we're
do
on time.
today?
We're on
Oh,
tarmac
tarmac
today. But a bit of dirt towards the end.
Right,
Once we get
right.
into the Mai Chau Valley, we'll get you up into the rough
Oh, so
stuff.
we're heading up into the mountains.
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
What's very important when you do a long ride, you know, there's lots of stopping and starting and slow, and so it puts strain on the engine. So I'm just going to top it up with the delicious oil to keep this lovely engine going. So there you go, using a little bit of nature. My main responsibility is to help coordinate the convoy on their way out of the city. No No patience. People just come through whatever.
As we take on the busy highway out of the city, my most important job is to make sure we don't lose anyone in the convoy.
It's what it's all about. We're heading up to those mountains there. We've done about the first 30 or so kilometers.
These fields are part of Vietnam's fertile Red River Delta. It is one of the two main places they grow rice, which is the country's main cash crop.
I'm just in this little village called Lep Khan village, and I just stopped because it is so damn beautiful here. Sometimes you just got to stop and just remember and have a look at where you are. But I've got to catch up with the others now. So beautiful though, isn't it? It's everything that is in your head that you think it should be, Vietnam. And you walk along and then here it all is. Beautiful old bikes, rice fields, beautiful mountains. I mean, it's glorious. Bikes, wow. That's just beautiful, isn't it? What a ride. That has been fantastic. And these guys get to do it for the next 7 days. I'm really quite jealous of them all, actually.
I'm so glad I came out with these guys and saw this beautiful countryside.
See you, mate. Take care. Have a good one.
But it's time to head back into the city for my next adventure on one bike and one tank of petrol. It's my last day in Hanoi, Vietnam. And I'm back on my vintage Ural to track down my final challenge. In the ultimate test of my bike riding skills, I'm going to see if I can cut it as a Xiom driver. Xioms are Vietnam's iconic motorcycle taxis. They're extremely popular here in Vietnam because a skilled driver knows all the shortcuts and can get his passenger in and out of traffic in a jiffy, especially at rush hour.
Oh, I think here we are.
My mate Quan has pit me against someone formidable for this challenge. Mr. Ma Kim So is a Vietnamese motorcycle racing legend who has almost 30 titles to his name.
Trong vòng 1 tiếng, tôi với anh ai kiếm được nhiều tiền hơn người đó sẽ thắng cuộc.
The glove has been put down and it's Britain against Vietnam. He has the advantage of being Vietnamese and be able to speak the language. I don't speak the language and have absolutely no idea where to go in this town. So that's it. We should get on with it.
Thankfully, Mr. Ma has a single handicap which I hope to exploit. He's from Ho Chi Minh City and hasn't been in Hanoi for almost 20 years. So you can say that that puts us on pretty equal footing, and with any luck, that could be all I need to win.
Oh my God, he's got someone already. I'm in so much trouble now. Hello, do you say Hong Kong? No taxi? Okay, here we go. There you go. Thank you very much. Cheers. Taxi? You want a lift? Taxi? You want a taxi? Taxi ride? Because safety first, and with this thing, fashion second, I suppose. Oh, here we go. This is it. Here is your stop, sir. Okay. This Hong Kong taxi. It's only 30,000. You know, it all goes to charity.
All right, okay.
Charlie Borman charity.
All right, yeah.
No, I haven't got
Give
change.
me 100, you keep that for your charity.
been really good fun, this challenge, and I reckon I have beaten Mr. Ma. I think for once, one of my challenges, I've actually done all right. So, how did you do?
Dạ được 4-5 khách rồi.
He got some customer.
You got some customer? Okay, so look, the hard cash I've made, 50, 70, 90 I've made.
Sally thua tôi rồi.
I think I've won.
Sally thua.
I finally won a challenge.
Sally thua. 180.000.
180.
Unbelievable! Oh no, well done. Oh my God, I can't believe it, I've lost again. Had a great laugh doing it, and he's obviously done a lot better than me. I mean, he started off, first customer within like 30 seconds he got, and then he was off, gone, doing it. Local knowledge. Vietnam 1, Britain 0.
My attempt at a bit of biking glory hasn't quite panned out the way I expected it, but that's all good, because I've learned that one of my biking heroes is on a stopover in Vietnam. And I've scored a meeting with him in the country's busiest city. Ho Chi Minh City was known as Saigon before the Vietnam War, and it is now the industrial engine of the country's economic boom. To get myself around the fast-moving city, I've cheated a little bit and picked up a beautiful Ducati Monster, and I'm sure the man I'm meeting will approve.
I suppose he's in the hotel. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Hi, guys. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Charlie Borman. Hi, good to see you.
This is the man they call the Kentucky Kid. Nicky Hayden, Ducati rider and 2006 MotoGP world champion.
I'm used to the track, so this street's gonna be pretty.
Do you not ride
no,
much on
I
the street?
do, but not quite. Where I live in Kentucky is different than here.
I want to make sure Nicky has a great time here, so I have called in one of the most sought-after guides in Ho Chi Minh City. On is part of EXO Tours. Their guides are repeatedly voted the best in town, and they conduct all their tours on bikes, dressed in the traditional Vietnamese áo dai.
Okay.
I'm not sure actually. I'm nervous. You're not gonna go too fast now, are you?
Okay, well, baptism into the fire of riding around town. Just move with the traffic. If people start to cross the road, just sort of keep going, and they'll kind of just try to avoid each other.
Yeah,
We'll be fine.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I still can't quite believe I'm giving Nicky Hayden, a motorcycle champion, riding tips. Like they say, every dog has his day.
Okay.
Wow. So many bikes, incredible. I like it. It's like bike week, but every day, all
Every
day
day, all
for
day,
scooters.
yeah.
Tourists come here, they just know about Vietnam, and you can buy anything here.
So a little retail therapy is always nice.
Tourists come through this 100-year-old market and often get ripped off, but An's going to make sure that we get a good deal.
Have you got anyone you want to buy some presents for that we can hunt?
Yeah, well, I'm sure my nieces. I got 3 little nieces. Well, actually, I got 4 now.
I think you should buy the little Asian.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
This one.
Ah, okay. So, okay, let's see what price they have.
300,000.
There you go.
All right, well, thank you.
And so when you're not racing, what do you like to do when you're at home?
Well, I like bikes. I mean, I take what I do really serious, so I definitely spend a lot of time training, preparing, riding.
It's been a great pleasure to meet you.
Appreciate it, and good luck with the rest of your adventures.
Cheers.
Hopefully it turns out, and hopefully this part makes the cut.
It will
Keep
make the
going.
cut, I'm sure. Anyway, but listen, thank you very
Hey,
much.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'll race you back. I'll go first. Vietnam had the most incredible time. I just met Nicky Hayden. Can you believe it? He's one of my idols. To be able to ride with him, I was sitting there on the motorbike looking over and thinking, that is Nicky Hayden, world champion. But we've done other wonderful things here as well. We did the Indochina rally. We've met the beautiful children of the Blue Dragon Children's Foundation, which was doing fantastic stuff there. As I've ridden my Ural, which I've kind of fallen in love with. The food and the culture and the people here are wonderful. What I'm going to take away from Vietnam is riding on the streets, and you're absolutely dominant as motorcycles. So what an incredible time I've had here in Vietnam. I cannot tell you how much fun I have. So thank you, Vietnam, and see you later. Hey, how are you? Come and say hello. Come and say hello.